this thing on. Okay. Oi, my name is Bella. I'm from New York City. I major in Science and Technology Studies and minor in Chemistry, and my language is Portuguese. I started studying Portuguese because I had the opportunity to work as a doula at a hospital in Mozambique. And I already spoke a little bit of Spanish, so I decided to take on the challenge of teaching myself Portuguese. And then when I got back, I took the intro Portuguese class at Wesleyan, which was an amazing experience. My favorite word in Portuguese is probably saudade, which means longing or missing, and it doesn't translate very well into other languages. It's really only a Portuguese word, and it's used really often to express the feeling of missing someone. And yeah, I think it's super cool that it's really only in Portuguese. The summer after my sophomore year, I got the summer grant to go to Mozambique, Maputo, which is the capital, and I worked at a hospital there. Being in Maputo was such an incredible experience because it really was full language immersion. I spoke conversational Portuguese before I came, but by the time I left, I really felt like I could tell stories in Portuguese. I remember the first time I made some of the nurses laugh from a story that I was telling, and I felt so accomplished from being able to convey humor in a language that isn't my first. Also, I learned so much about how to talk about medicine in Portuguese, which was definitely a huge barrier and fear of mine before arriving. When I got back from my time in Maputo, I definitely felt like I could speak or get around in Portuguese, but there was so much grammar that I still felt like I had to learn. So I decided to take the year-long intro Portuguese class at Wesleyan, and that was so helpful. It was definitely difficult feeling like I had to restart and sort of second guess all of that grammar that I sort of knew but was unsure about. And that class was really helpful in allowing me to actually go through each grammatical concept and fully understand it, because Portuguese grammar is not easy. So definitely Wesleyan's class was super awesome, and I felt much more confident by the end of the year. I am super excited to be continuing my Portuguese learning this summer. I will be doing a critical language scholarship Portuguese intensive in Brazil, where I'll be living with a host family in Rio and continuing to learn Portuguese for around 2 months. I'm pre-med and I want to go into obstetrics and gynecology. So working in this obstetric ward in Mozambique and working in that field in another language was such an amazing experience. And then as I pursue my medical career goal, I really hope to do more things like what I did in Mozambique. I'm really interested in global health, and I really hope to continue to work in other Lusophone countries or return to Mozambique and do more doula work or medical work there. I am also a jazz singer, and I've always learned bossa nova songs. Since I was like 10 years old, I would sing bossa nova songs, which are songs originally written in Portuguese, but I would sing the English lyrics. And when I started learning Portuguese a couple of years ago, it was so exciting for me because I got to actually start singing these songs that I had always sung in English, but in Portuguese. Brazilian music is incredible. I think that in and of itself is a reason to learn Portuguese. Ciao, até logo.